Dhananjay here and welcome back to a new video in which we are going to talk about a motherboard. And this is not a normal motherboard which you buy for your budget build, and when you buy a motherboard for your budget build, you may have to sacrifice on some features like HDMI port may not be there, or USB 3 support is not there, or USB 3.1 support is not there. But this motherboard is the top end motherboard that Gigabyte has to offer, and to be precise, this is Gigabyte's AORUS Z270X-Gaming 9 motherboard. So without further delay, let's get into the unboxing and features overview of this motherboard. Unboxing experience is top notch with this motherboard, the best I ever had. Motherboard is kept inside a box which is inside another box which looks as if we are carrying a briefcase. Motherboard is safely kept inside the box which is padded by a soft material by all four sides. You get ton of things inside the box, including this do not disturb /enter sign. 6 SATA cables with one IO shield and one Wi-Fi antenna is present in the box alongside user's manual, which is very detailed. 2-way/3-way and 4-way SLI bridge connector is present in the box with one 2-way crossfire bridge connector. 2 RGB strip extension cables are present too, but I'm not planning to use them for the current build. One G connector is present which will make your life easier. How? You can connect these small cables into the G connector and then connect this G connector directly on the motherboard. Easy and simple solution, as you won't need to wide open your eyes in order to install these small pins on the motherboard. IO shield has soft material attached to it, which is another nice addition in my opinion. Let's look at the back panel connectors. You get one PS2 socket to connect keyboard or mouse, but I do not know why anyone in the world will use a PS2 keyboard with this motherboard. It's one of the oldest socket or port which is present on this particular motherboard. Then we have the Wi-Fi antenna connectors and few normal ports and few ports which are normally not on budget motherboards, such as one display port, USB 3.1 generation 2 port and many USB 3.1 generation 1 ports, but USB 3.1 generation 2 ports are present here too. Gigabyte thought that providing one RJ45 port on this particular motherboard was not enough, so there are 2 RJ45/LAN ports present on the particular motherboard which can be configured through software. Let's assume you have 2 ISPs. One ISP has very less ping rate which is useful for CSGO. Then you can configure the software in such a way that the computer will use that particular ISP each time you open and start playing CSGO. It's like dream come true for me, but unfortunately I only have one ISP at the moment, so yeah. One USB Type-C port with USB 3.1 generation 2 support is present here too. The port list is endless and I'm completely sure that you will be happy with number of ports which are present on this motherboard. As this is a Z270 motherboard, it supports all 6th and 7th generation of Intel processors, and there is no need to update BIOS in order to make the 7th generation of processors to work on this particular motherboard. I successfully installed my i5-7600K on the motherboard with no issues and everything worked perfectly fine. By the way, you can update your BIOS through USB port which is present at the backside. LGA1151 is the socket type for this particular motherboard, which is quite obvious, but similar to all other Z270 range of motherboards, Gigabyte's Gaming 9 also supports overclocking, and you can use the software provided by Gigabyte to overclock your particular processor. Even though it is very easy nowadays to overclock a K series processor using the motherboard software, do you think that I should make a guide on how to overclock a processor? Let me know about that in the comment section box below. 4 DDR4 RAM slots which support up to 64 GB of RAM are present on this motherboard. XMP memory modules and unbuffered RAMs are also supported with the motherboard. A separate sound chip is present, and oh my god, the sound is loud and very bass heavy. I have to mention this again, that the sound is very loud. It surely satisfies a gamer's need, and playing CSGO with the onboard sound chip was a pleasure. I recently bought a DAC worth 5,000 rupees, and if I continue using this motherboard in the future, then I don't know what I'm going to do with that particular motherboard. For normal song listening, I found that the bass is a little bit overwhelming, but as it's a gaming series motherboard, it's totally cool. Power button to turn on the system, and reset button and clear CMOS button and ECO button to reduce overall power consumption with OC button to enable overclocking capabilities is present on the motherboard itself. So basically we can install this motherboard on piece of wood and still be able to use the power on and restart functionalities which a case provides. Plus there are too many ports on the backside, so you do not need those 2 extra ports which are present on the case. Just giving you guys a suggestion if you're planning to build your own case. This motherboard, like, is very good for that. 3 SATA Express slots are present on this motherboard, which are obviously faster than your normal SATA ports, and this was not enough. That's why 8 SATA ports of 6 GB per second, 6 Gbps are present on this motherboard. My old motherboard has only 2 6 Gbps ports and all the other ports are 3 Gbps. This motherboard doesn't have a single 3 Gbps port. But we all can agree that SATA ports are surely not the future we are looking at, but M.2 and U.2 ports are, and both of them are present on the motherboard. Even though the SSDs which support it are costly at the moment, but you never know about the prices after a year. And I think that M.2 SSDs are quite cheaper at this moment. Intel's first Optane SSD worth $1,520 was launched recently, and it works on the U.2 port which is present on the motherboard. And not only that, but the motherboard supports Intel's Optane technology out of the box. So if you're planning to buy those SSDs which are way faster than the current SSDs, then go ahead and do that with this motherboard. By the way, under certain and very specific circumstances, this SSD can be used as RAM, but with star on top. So yeah, conditions do apply with very specific circumstances. Then there is software support for fast boot, easy raid, game boost, RGB fusion, about which I'll talk in a bit, and many more. Killer Control Center is used to configure your Wi-Fi, is really helpful, and you can monitor everything. Overall, the motherboard looks really cool with whitish accent, and it will look really classy with my white cabinet. Now it's time to talk about the RGB setup on this motherboard. I am pretty much sure that you guys were waiting for that because I teased about it a lot on my Instagram and Twitter. If you are not following me there, don't forget to follow me. Links are in the description box below. RGB Fusion is an application which allows you to enable or specify the lighting mode of the onboard LEDs, and there are multiple ways in which you can configure that. First one is basic one, which allows you to configure the lighting behavior of all LEDs. In the pulse mode, all LEDs simultaneously fade in and fade out. When it comes to music mode, which is the best in my opinion, all LEDs are synchronized with your music. Listen to this sample. That was really cool. In color cycle mode, all LEDs simultaneously cycle through full spectrum of colors, which is cool. Then there is static, flash, random, wave, which behave according to their names. Then we have intelligent, which is actually intelligent, where LEDs emit various colors based on the condition of your PC. If the temperature is less than 30 degrees Celsius, then the lights will be green. If the temperature is between 30 to 50 degrees Celsius, then the lights will be yellow. And if the temperature is more than 50 degrees Celsius, then lights will turn completely red. That's awesome, literally awesome. But still the feature is in basic. I don't know why, but that's okay. I don't care about that. Then we have advanced mode, which allows you to configure the lighting behavior and color of the LEDs in each region. Pulse, static, flash are normal ones and behave according to them. And yes, in these modes you can change color of each region. Then we have custom, where the selected region LEDs can customize the color stop, mode, color, transition and duration for which you want a particular color. OMG, awesomeness when it comes to RGB Fusion software, and I played around with it for such a long time. And yes, you can disable all the LEDs completely by just one switch. So you do not have to worry about that basically. Gigabyte has got you covered. So yeah, that was pretty much it for my unboxing and features overview of this particular motherboard. And I have to say that this motherboard is surely future proof. Or I don't think so that it's future proof, it's mother of future proof. I hope you got the pun there. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. And if you want me to do more PC related stuff such as motherboard reviews, PC builds or anything like that, then let me know about that in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, then don't forget to click on my face right now and get subscribed, because many more awesome videos like these are going to come real soon on the channel and you don't want to miss them, or you should not miss them basically. And don't forget to enable that small bell icon which will notify you whenever I upload a video. So do that too if you haven't already. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for watching.